Hi everyone, I'm back, physically, that is, not so much mentally. I wanted to thank all of you who sent me notes. You guys blasted my wall on Facebook and YouTube and the support group, and I just really thank you. I read every single one of the posts, and it really just meant a lot to me. And that's why you're my favorite peeps. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I left on June 1st to take care of my ill father, and he ended up passing away just hours before Father's Day. Hard. But I know that he is with his Heavenly Father and with his Papa, and that he celebrated Father's Day with them. So that gives me comfort and peace. Today I'm going to talk about sweeteners. I'm not going to go into a lot of details on the vlog about sweeteners because I just want to talk about when you're dining out. That's going to be my focus today, is the little sweetener packets that you see when you dine out, and they're like usually in this little white thing on the table in the restaurants. And don't judge me. I borrowed these. I did not steal them. But I want to talk about how important it is that you carry sweeteners or stevia as your sweeteners, so that when you do go out, that you have something, like let's say you get some iced tea or something and you want to throw some sweetener in it, that you get the good stuff. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's so important. This is the brand that I carry with me all the time in my purse, Sweet Leaf. I just think it's the most trusted brand that I know, and it's really good too. And it's basically stevia, which I'll remind you, stevia is not a sweetener. It's an herb. It just happens to taste sweet. So stevia along with you at all times. I went in a friend's cupboard, and I had been, talking about stevia and how great it was, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy stevia, and I'm gonna buy vanilla stevia." This is what she bought, stevia extract, and of course I confiscated it, because in the ingredients it is listed as the very first other ingredient, rice maltodextrin. So I know I preach at you guys all the time to read ingredients, but it is so important. So maltodextrin in stevia. You think you're getting something good, and you're not. Okay, so now to get to the stuff that you see on the little packets. So one of the most popular ones, I think, are, well, there's a number of them, but these two right here. I didn't find a NutraSweet, so it must not be as popular, but it equals pretty similar to that. And the Sweet and Low. Okay, so these two are the ones that were the most common for the last however many years since they came out with this. And basically the ingredient listed in it is dextrin, or dextrose with maltodextrin and aspartame. These are all really harmful, genetically modified ingredients that are just not good for you. One of these ingredients, and I am not exactly sure which one it is, it might be saccharin, it might be aspartame, and I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing these right, but they discovered it by some chemists were making a drug for ulcers, and he accidentally tasted the powder of the chemical and found out that it was sweet, and therefore it became a sweetener. So bad stuff for our system. Basically, when we put these chemicals into our body, our brains send signals to our body, and it doesn't know what to do with this stuff. It's foreign to our bodies. So what it does is it sends it right to the liver, where it stores. And as you know, if you follow my stuff at all, if you have a toxic liver and a liver that is full of gunk, you're going to gain weight. So it's very important to keep the liver clean and not put in bad, harmful ingredients. This one, Splenda. You see this now more and more because people think, oh, it's so great, but it's not. And you'll have to look at miracleskinnydrops.com. We have a whole blog post on it. And then I'll have a blog post with this too about the different ingredients. But if you think you're doing really good by hitting Splenda, No, stay away from that. Here's another one that is a stevia one. And I did pick this up. I can't remember where I was. I want to say it was like Starbucks or something like that. Anyways, it was on the table. And so this one here, other ingredient, maltodextrin. So again, use your trusted stevia store sources. And then, of course, you'll want to stay away from the actual, you probably can't even see this, doesn't matter anyways, it's just plain old sugar. So you want to stay away from sugar. It messes with our bloodstream and our levels, and basically it causes weight gain. So, you know, most of you know, stay away from sugar. Here's another one that I found. And this one here is, it says on here, sugar in the raw. And I'll be really honest with you, this is probably the most safest one I found when I was on my little search for these little packets. It's not the best, but sugar in the raw, the best thing, if you're gonna, obviously the best thing is stevia, but then the next best thing is whole cane sugar. Rapadura is my favorite. And we have, you know, we'll have information on that on the blog. But if you were someplace and you didn't have stevia and you had something like this, this is definitely better than these. And NutraSweet as well. So, and again, I couldn't find out. I'm not really sure why. But anyway, so yeah, when you go out, when you dine out, you go for coffee, you go for tea, make sure you take your little trusted sources of stevia along so that you can be safe. Talk to you later.